All right, guys. Today we're going to do a little update with the lights and take a look at some of the lights that I use on a regular basis. Good, the bad, the ugly. All right. So we're going to start off with a fairly recent purchase, and this is going to be the Pocket Mate by Streamlight. This light, I can't recommend this light. The runtime is only like 20 minutes on high. And I got it off Snap-on Truck. I guess it'll work great as a keychain light when you're just using it momentarily to get the key in the door. That would be fine. This feature, not so much on the hat because the clip comes off easy. And I've already lost one. The first day that I used it, I lost the clip, but because I bought my wife one at the same time, I took the clip off of hers because she will only use it as a little keychain accessory, and that's what I am using this for. Now, because this light was so bad, I bought this light. So I went ahead and went for Phoenix. This is the Echo 1.8 Romeo version 2. This is the box it comes in. And this light has a much more robust clip and many more features. This is a good light. I think it's a Chinese company. I know for sure it's made in China. This is the warranty card. It says 15-day replacement, 5-year free repair, lifetime maintenance after the 5 years. Does that mean anything? I don't know because, like I said, I never dealt with the company before, and I don't know what their warranty is like. Never tested it. First time I've ever bought one of their lights. I think I might have seen them on the Torque Test channel where they were talking about, I think they had these in the lineup. They do like a lumen test to see if the guys are telling the truth about the lumen output on the Torque Test channel. So that's where I think I saw and heard of the brand. It's supposed to be okay. I looked at the reviews. I didn't see anything horrible about them. So, but mainly, I got this one, and as you can see, the size isn't that much different in length as the Streamlight. Streamlight has a brand reputation. Everybody knows Streamlight. They have a good reputation, so that's why I gave them a shot. But I mean, 20 minutes of runtime. This is not going to help you do any work. So this is not a good light if you're trying to use it as a cap light to do work on. It just dies within 20 minutes. And because it's such a small light with such a small battery, the light is dim and you have to run it on high. If you don't run it on high, then you can't, it's not really usable, so you have to run it on high. To get the runtime, you would have to run it on low, but it's unusable. So it's just not a good light. But like I said, as a keychain accessory, just for like trying to help you find a place on your door to where you can unlock your doors, it will be fine for that because you're only using it for a few seconds at a time, and it would appear to you that the runtime is great because it'll take a while. It is rechargeable. It uses the old micro USB. Another downside, probably could have just put a bigger bump on it and made it USB-C. It's hard to keep up with these little old school chargers because most devices don't use them anymore. So I think they should have stepped up on that. Even Harbor Freight uses USB-C on their little lights now. So a brand like Streamlight still using micro USB. You might want to revamp that. But yeah, so the Phoenix light, it's loaded with features, guys. It has kind of like the snap-on lights. It changes colors to indicate the state of charge on the battery, and on top of that, in between stages, like it'll flash the light. So it has green, yellow, red, and then the flashes. So if it's solid green, it's telling you the battery is pretty much full. If it's green flashing, then between a high percentage, and and then it goes through the other colors and uses the flashing to indicate. So like if I do a quick, the light flashes, I got a solid green, this battery is full. If it was a flashing green, I would know it's not full, but it still has a lot of runtime. So on the Phoenix light, $59. The Streamlight, you can get those off of Amazon for $20. Let's see. They don't give you the price on the Streamlight. They come in different colors, but the clip is horrible, and the 325 lumens in high, and that's pretty much all you can use it for if you're working with it. The low setting is 45 lumen, so it's supposed to be 1 hour on low, and that's not even good. But yeah, totally don't like the Streamlight, but I will put this one in the field and test it to see how it goes. But it's pretty amazing that this small little light can put out 1200 lumens. It has 6 modes, USB-C, and you can go on the website and check out the rest of the specs. But yeah, the Phoenix, good light. Good light. Has a rechargeable battery that you can remove, and you can charge it while it's in the unit with the USB-C right here. And the clip is good enough to where it doesn't come off when you put it on the hat, which is why I bought this light, because I wear a cap a lot. And you can, if you don't want to keep accidentally hitting the button like I'm doing, you can just slide the clip over to hide the button. It also has a lock feature. Hold it down for a couple seconds and you can lock the setting, and it can remember the last setting. It comes with a lanyard that goes here. I don't use it because it hangs down over your cap, because like I said, I bought this to use as a cap light. The very first lights that I started off with was the Milwaukees, and these, as you can see, this one's I don't use them anymore because they're not rechargeable. The new ones probably are, but the warranty is good on. They do warranty these lights. I warranty this one out a couple times because the this tears up on it, and sometimes it just doesn't. The switch either didn't work or there's a malfunction in the light, and I maybe on one the clip even broke off. It's a good clip though. That's a really nice clip. Like they should have used something like this. This would have been nice. But anyway, the Milwaukee lights, even though for me they held up okay, but with the AAA batteries, that could be a good feature or a bad feature. I have transitioned to rechargeable lights, charge them up overnight and go, because you may not have the batteries when you need them, and if your main light takes batteries and you're stuck on a job and you don't have the batteries, that can be bad. But if you forget to charge your light, you're in the same boat. But yeah, these lights, and I used to have a Coast light. I don't have all my lights out here, but this is the main ones I want to show you. But this is a good light, and they honor their warranty, so that's a good thing about Milwaukee. And they don't require you to send the old light back. They want pictures and a description of the problem, and then that's it. All right, so the rest of these lights I will go by. I have them all pulled up. So there's another one of the Milwaukee lights. Now you can see that they got USB-C on their EDC lights. I've also had this Husky. I've had that Coast. because back then I was buying these lights from Home Depot. So I pretty much tried a lot of the ones that I felt were reputable. And here's that pin light, 100 lumen pin light. And it was a good light. I don't have anything bad to say about it, because even when it did fail, they did warranty it out and mail me out a new one. You don't have to pay for any shipping or anything like that. They 100% stand behind it. All right. So then going over the lows, this has been a really good light, guys. I can totally recommend this light. I can recommend the Milwaukee, and I could recommend the Cobalt, but just keep in mind with the Milwaukee that it has batteries. It's not rechargeable, but you can buy rechargeable batteries, and that can be a solution. Or just keep a pack of batteries with you if you know that's going to be your main light. Keep a fresh pack of batteries, and that's like instant recharge. So those old school lights, they still have a place. Now this is an old Cobalt. This light has been around for a while. It's only $24 at Lowe's. It is a 400 lumen light. As you can see, there's the price, item number, and all of that. This is a rechargeable light. This light, like I said, it's a good light. It has the feature like the snap-ons, to where you hold the button down. As you can see, I have dimmed the light by holding it down, and if I want to make the light brighter, I just press the button and hold it, and when it gets to the brightest setting, it flashes just like the snap-on lights. This is a really nice light. It's a good size. It's slim. This is my old one. I have replaced this one because I use it so much I broke the articulating part, and you can see I kind of got it wrapped in electrical tape because the light still works and the battery's still good. So I kept it, I replaced it, but I also kept it. This light also magnetic, so that makes it very useful when you're working on vehicles. You have frames and stuff, hands free. You don't have to hold the light to use it, which comes in handy. Because of the square base, the light can stand up on its own, just on a flat surface. Totally recommend this light. It has when you're charging it, you can tell the state of charge. It doesn't tell you when you turn it on what the state of charge is, but once you plug it up and you start charging it, you can see the level of charge. So that's an area for improvement, and of course they can move to USB-C, but they come with chargers. All these lights come with chargers. So that's the Cobalt stick light. Very handy size. You can see that's a good small compact light. The next light, we'll go by the list here, is the Harbor Freight light. This Braun, like I said, USB-C, rechargeable. But on this one, unlike the Cobalt has the 3 lights, but on the Braun, when you turn it on, it gives you the state of charge. So it shows you the 3 LEDs on the back. To get to different brightness levels, you keep pressing the button, and these are also magnetic and articulating. I have 3 of these lights. I have 1 red one and 2 green ones. They come in handy, especially if you're working on cars. I've bought more than that because I purchased more than this because sometimes the light is so good when I'm working on something, I never have to use a different light, and I forget about it, put the whole car together and send it down the road, and the light is still under there. My sister has helped me out a couple times when I did a test drive on the car and brought it back. She was like, there's a light shining from under the car. And the magnet is really good because I drive a car 5 miles on South Carolina roads and come back, and the light is still stuck where I had it stuck at. So these Totally recommend these lights. So that is $29 at Harbor Freight. It is a 750 lumen light. Comes with the cord. Some of these lights, you got to watch it because some of them are micro USB, and by now they might have phased all of those out, because during the time when I was buying this light, my very first one was the micro USB, and then I saw that some of the lights on the same shelf, the same light for the same price, were USB-C, and I started targeting the USB-C ones. Okay, so this is the light that they compare against the Snap-on Project Light, the ABS Project Light. Snap-on Project Light is plastic. They have a metal version, but it costs more. But the Snap-on ABS Project Light is a plastic light. I've had people argue me down on that. The reason they call it an ABS Project Light is because it's made out of ABS plastic. So speaking of Snap-on, we have the Snap-on Monster Lithium. That's this big guy here. This is an awesome light. So you can kind of see the progression. Like, I started off with battery operated flashlights. Even on big lights like this, they would take like C or D cell batteries, like the mag lights. And I went from that to rechargeable lights. Then the rechargeable lights had micro USB, and I went from that to lights that had USB-C. You know, that was a little better. And then I went from that into lights that use removable tool batteries. So you can see that the Snap-on uses an 18-volt battery. I need to charge this battery because it's down to 2, and I don't like getting stuck in a situation when the battery isn't like charged up really good. So I don't know if I have my Snap-on charger in here or not. I do not. So that will have to get done on the truck. But yeah, just uses the 18-volt battery. This light has a lot of features. Let's take a look. I'll push the pad back, and I guess I'll start closing out the tabs as we get past the lights. All right, so this light from Snap-on is $242. It has a emergency light, and I have used it doing roadside assistance. I'll have this facing the highway with the red lights flashing in the back in front of a cone. All right. This light also has USB to where you can like charge other devices with it. So it has some power outputs, and one of the greatest features is you can use, if you're like in a setting where I am, I'm normally near power, or my truck has power. So even if this light is dead, and a lot of times when I'm pulling this out, I'm working at night and I'm using it as a floodlight, I keep an extension cord in the truck, and I have power outlets in the bed of my truck, and in the front of my truck I can just plug this up and use this light without the battery. What would have been advantageous is if Snap-on would have made this also able to charge the battery while it's plugged up, so you can use it, charge the battery at the same time. You know, I don't see that it would have taken a whole lot more engineering to accomplish that, considering the size of this light and the base, you know. So this is a super bright light. They say it's made in Japan. Let's see what the light says. It says it's made in China. The website says it's made in Japan, but just like most of the lights up here, it's made in China. And the battery is probably like made in Vietnam or somewhere. I can't see it without taking my glasses off. I know they don't make these in the USA. Made in Korea. So the battery is made in Korea. This battery. They might have other battery packs. This is a newer style battery with the easy release. Might be made somewhere else. But this is an awesome light, especially if you need an area light, floodlight, to light up an entire area where you're working. This light is really good. All right. Moving right along. So we got the monster out of the way. This light. This Snap-on light, which is this part number right here. This is the 400 lumen mini inspection light in red. It's $84. This is going to be a USB-C rechargeable light. It does have a magnetic base, and it has also magnetic clip. You can use it as a pocket clip. I use that clip to clip it onto side pouches of my tool bag. The paint hasn't held up well, and I keep this in a bag, but I do use it. So the power button is on the side, and it's using that Snap-on system to where, like right now, the light is orange, so I know this light needs to be charged. And then you have like the little floodlight. The base will stand up on a flat surface, and as I showed you before, it also is magnetic in 2 places. So right now this light is orange, so it needs to be charged up. It is USB-C, so I have some USB-C chargers set up here somewhere. That's the micro, and here's some USB-C. So, man, South Carolina, the mosquitoes are out. The mosquitoes are out, guys. So that's that. What's next? So we got the 400 lumen Snap-on light out of the way. Okay, so the I like these Craftsman lights. They make some good lights, guys. This one, that's a good price. If I didn't already have the Snap-on, I would have gone with this Craftsman floodlight. But when I was in the market for it, this one was like $100, and I didn't want to spend that much on the Craftsman. This is a great price, $100 for the under the hood light, which I have right here. This under the hood light is great. I use this often, especially in the winter months when it gets dark very soon. In the summertime, you know, it doesn't get dark till like 8:30, so you're good. But this is a great under the hood light. Uses the Craftsman batteries, just like this Craftsman light. That's a very good light. The DeWalt version, when it came out, they kind of dumped these and put them on sale and tried to get rid of them, get them out of the market, because they marketed the DeWalt light for like over twice as much. So right now you can get that Craftsman under the hood light from Amazon for $100, and you can get this light, which I also got on sale. I got both of these on clearance sales for $50 at Napa regular price. So that's a great price. Like I said, I transitioned to lights that use tool batteries because I have multiple tool batteries. When the battery dies, I can just swap it out versus trying to find disposable batteries. So under the hood light, pretty straightforward, you know, not too much to talk about there. It does fold up, and you can kind of use it as a, if you had this in your truck and you're on the side of the road changing the tire, you could stand it up like that, turn the light on, and it's like a little area light for right where you're at. It's kind of pretty nice because it's shining a light at the oncoming traffic and at your work area at the same time. So maybe people will kind of slow up and not hit you. So that's the Craftsman light. I'll break out my mosquito spray, man. The mosquitoes are eating me up right now. I used to have that spray out here too. I don't know where it's at. Here it is. I got some of it right here. Take the glasses off so it doesn't get sprayed. All right, got some deep woods off, so now we can keep moving. But yeah, that under the hood light, that's a great light, guys. It's a great value. A lot of people make them, but not that cheap. $100 is pretty nice. This light, this Craftsman light, there's a DeWalt version again, but it's probably over $100. This is Stanley Black & Decker, and it's a lot cheaper if you have their battery, if you're on their battery platform. You know, I have some Craftsman tools, so I'm on their battery platform. And I think what got me into their battery platform was the bundle that they had on sale for the lights. And then I just started buying more of their stuff. Now I have several of their tools, you know, nothing heavy duty. I mean, I got a grinder, and it works great, Craftsman grinder. But anyway, the light, as you can see, stands up on the base, has detent pins. That's about as far as it goes back. Has a hook, which comes in very handy, so you can hang it. It's not magnetic at all, but sitting on the base between that and the hook, it works great, getting in places. You keep clicking the button for the brightness settings, and looks like it has a couple of settings, but it's a pretty good light. It's really bright too. That light's really bright. Those little LEDs on that reflector work well, and the under the hood light also. It has quite a few LEDs, and they work well. See, it makes a nice light, and it has different settings as well. 2 settings. So both of these lights have 2 settings, a low and a high. You know, I'm cool with that. Battery life, you don't have to worry about it. It's tool battery. You can keep checking the tool. It's good. You know, it lasts a long time, especially when you do like I do and use like a 4 amp hour battery. The battery life is really good on that. All right. Let's see what's next. The Coast. These lights have a really good warranty. I think I have warrantied out some Coast lights before. They call this the Poly Steel. Yeah. 3 light settings. Yeah, this one doesn't adjust. All right. So this is it's called the Polysteel 600. Has 1,000 lumens. Very inexpensive lights. These Coast, I have quite a few of their lights, and they are rechargeable. Trying to remember where is the charge port, or is this this might be a battery light. Is this a battery light? Oh yeah. This is one of my old battery lights, and I replaced this with the Nebo, which is and it still has the original batteries in it, so I don't use this one a whole lot. I don't have many use cases for a light this big unless I'm like walking and stuff. But yeah, man, it takes a lot of AAA batteries. That's why it's so cheap. It's just a standard old school flashlight, but LED, and it takes a lot of AA batteries. That's too many batteries. I wouldn't recommend that, even though the light is fine. But I can say that I've had this light for over a year, and those are still the original batteries. I don't use it that much, but it's $29. It's very inexpensive. You have to keep the batteries. You know, it does go pretty bright, and that's the Coast. So I'm kind of more leaning towards rechargeable lights now. Like I said, I've had these lights. These were like the first kind of lights I were buying. I wasn't aware of like the rechargeable lights, and I wasn't back then. I didn't see the value in spending a lot of money on a light. So these were inexpensive. They were cheap. They took batteries. I bought them. All right, but that's the Polysteel 600, and this one is rechargeable. I got this one from Coast. This is a great light. I can't find this exact one on the website, so you'll have to try to find it. And the reason I say that is because this one is rechargeable, and the ones that I keep coming across, they take batteries, and I wouldn't want one that takes batteries. Yeah, see, it takes 3 AA batteries. But this one, this is rechargeable, uses the old micro USB, and it has some good features. Yeah, that's USB-C on that. So the features on this one that I really like is that magnetic. Has a magnetic padded base, which is easy to keep clean, right? A lot of the magnetic bases are not easy to keep clean. They don't have a thick rubber on it like this, and they end up, if they're cheap like that, it's just like a sticker on them, and then you can see that the magnet is exposed, and of course you scratch up surfaces like car paint and stuff if you put it on that. But this one is really good in that they give you a thick magnetic pad, and it sticks well. Also, it has a hook for hanging it. You can hang the light, and because the light can go 180 degrees, you can always get the angle that you're after. Has 3 different light settings. Okay. Yep. Starts off on high, and you can take it to dim. It has a focus lens, so it has like a little telescoping lens for wide or more focused beam. That's nice. And again, it's rechargeable, but it does use the old micro USB. This light also is a couple of years old. Like all of these lights back here, these lights are more than 3 years old. These lights are like 3+ years old. I've had these lights for over 3 years. All right. Those ones that take the batteries. Okay. But that's a good light. I can recommend it. It's been a few years, and the battery does not hold up as like it used to. Obviously, it's been through a lot of charge cycles. This light will warn you when the battery is getting low. The light will flash. It will flash a few times while you're using it, and it's letting you know, hey, battery's getting low. You know, so make arrangements to do something else or get another light if you need to finish the job, because within an hour it's going to be dead. All right, so that's the Coast. More Snap-on. So this is a pretty recent light. I hadn't used it much, so I don't have a whole lot to talk about. I'll just show you it. It's $130, 1100 lumen. It takes 2 of the rechargeable battery packs. It's this light right here. Has magnetic but as you can see, it just has a cheap little sticker, just like what Harbor Freight uses for the covering the magnets. It does have a very aggressive magnet. The magnet is very strong. The magnets are very strong. USB-C, you can charge the batteries while they're in the light, or you can take the batteries out if you have an external charger like I do, and you can charge the light that way. These are the batteries. This is a new thing Snap-on's doing with some of their lights. They're using these little 3.5 volt, 2600 milliamp hour batteries, and you can see you can charge the battery individually. You don't have to have the special charger like I have, but they do make a simultaneous charger to where you can charge 3 batteries simultaneously with a high watt power brick that comes with that. All right, but that's this light. I've used it a couple times, and it's fine. Standard Snap-on. If you want to make the light brighter, you hold down the button, and like the Cobalt, it will flash when it gets the brightest setting or the lowest setting, and it's using Snap-on system to where you have the LED to tell you the state of charge. So green, it's full, then yellow, then red. So that's that light. Get rid of that one. And Snap-on neck lights, one of my favorites, but you definitely want to buy these off of the truck because the detents do not hold up. They get floppy on you, and if you got a good dealer, he's gonna warranty the lights when they get floppy. What they should be is like this set, which is you can even hear the snap and the strong detents. It should hold every position. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions on that detent. And this one has the topless one, and then that's it. So yeah, these get warrantied out a lot. I've warranted these, like, they only come with a year warranty, but your guy, if he's good, he'll work with you anyway. It's $105 for these lights, made in China, of course. Warranty 1 year from date of purchase. They do have a repair center, but these are made by Easy Red, and this part always fails right here. So keep that in mind. If you don't have a Snap-on dealer, maybe you want to buy a cheaper version of these lights from somebody else because it's going to fail right there, no matter where you get them. So keep that in mind if you're buying these lights. But they can come off. Magnetic, super useful, super helpful. One of my favorite lights. All right. That's the Phoenix. We already looked at that. The Pocket Mate, don't recommend that. This light, I don't use very much, and I'll tell you the problem with this light. It's a little pocket light, has like a laser pointer on it, $60 from Snap-on. You can see the model number. It's this light. The problem with this light is the button gets pressed in your pocket. The button is super sensitive, and if you use this in your pocket as a pocket light, the button will get mashed and you're killing the battery and you don't even know it, right? What I do like about it is it's magnetic. The clip part is magnetic, and has this laser pointer, which is useless for me. Then it has the light right here and the light right there. I don't know, this light just feels cheap. It's USB-C, and it's an odd shape, and you know, the light just didn't seem that quality to me. And the button is just so easy to press while it's in your pocket. So I never use it like that. I use it clip onto one of my tool bags. It's just a light that stays in a bag, and I use it if I'm in a pinch while I'm working on stuff. Not my favorite. This is I wouldn't recommend this light. This light I just wouldn't recommend at all. All right. I think that's the last one that I have pulled up, and I've recently talked about this Nebo. I've had this one for going on 2 years. It's good, rechargeable USB-C, and this is a recent purchase, the Snap-on, which has been working out good. I'm beating it up, and she's holding up so far. I'll let you know how it goes, but you know, 2 lights, and then the stick light. Main reason I got this light is because it uses these batteries that I was talking about with the other light. So I wanted a light where I can swap out rechargeable batteries. You can charge it in the flashlight or on the battery itself, or you can use the external charger that I have and charge it that way. Runtime on this is only like 2 hours, guys. Most of my lights, I use them on high. So the other settings are like, it doesn't even matter, the lower settings, because I always want the maximum amount of light while I'm working in cramped, dark areas, and I really need to see what's going on. Trying to find water leaks or illuminate an area so I can get nuts and bolts and stuff out. So for me, high is the only setting in most of these lights. So that's something to keep in mind. But if you're going to get this light, you're going to have to get at least one extra battery and keep it charged up. Because while you're working on something, especially when you get used to the light and it becomes one of your main lights, because it is a good stick light, it's kind of big and bulky compared to this Cobalt. You're going to want to be able to swap that battery out and keep using the light. Okay. The advantage that this has over this is that when this one dies, it's just done. This one, I can swap the battery out and put another one in. And then it does have the like the little spotlight feature. But the lumens are so much lower on that to where as an inspection light, I don't really use it like that. Most of the times I'm using it as a stick light. You know, for a quick look, I use that inspection light, but I'm probably gonna grab something else. Now this light is the one I keep in my pocket all the time, and I should have had that one pulled up. But and this is a good light. This is my EDC. I carry this every day in my pocket. And the part number on this is the Echo Charlie Papa November Foxtrot 038. And we will find that really quickly. I forgot about this one. This is a really good light. There it is there. This is a 300 lumen wireless charge pin light. And, well, kind of tearing it up a little bit. Rubber overmolds coming out from sticking it in my pocket every day. You know, my jean pants, they fit kind of close. So it's USB-C, has the snap-on thing where 3 different colors to show you the rate of charge, and $75. It's not that expensive, but it's way better than this light. So don't spend $60 on this light. Go ahead and get this light because they're similar in feature, but see, they moved the button to the front instead of having it on the side, so you don't accidentally turn it on inside your pocket. And then on the front, it has a light up top too, and that's all you really need. Now, as far as magnetism, it's magnetic on the back, and I think that's it. I don't believe it's not magnetic anywhere else, only on one side. And trying to get the little battery thing to go back in. Yeah, it's only magnetic on the back, and that is helpful. Okay, so those are the lights, guys. um, I could recommend all of them except this Snap-on um, and this Streamlight. As far as a rechargeable, I don't recommend this. It just takes too many batteries. There's nothing wrong with the light. It's just if you're going to be using the light occasionally, well, it takes those batteries. But one thing I can say, I'll take this out of that stack, because these batteries have been in here for over a year and it still works. If you just need a light to put in your vehicle for emergencies, which is what this flashlight was bought for, and one of my vehicles and one of my wife's vehicles, this is great for that because the batteries hold up and they don't like explode. So they're using a pretty good quality battery in this thing. So, but as a work light, this is not good for a work light. But as you can see, it has looks like it takes 9 AA batteries in this little cartridge style. And these are the original batteries from over a year ago. You know, maybe, it's probably closer to 2 years. And it still comes on and it still works. So I can recommend this light. Just keep in mind that it is not rechargeable. It uses batteries. Great light to put in the car and leave it in there. And this is what I was using this light for too. Just a light to keep in the vehicle for emergencies on the side of the road. This one just happens to be made out of some better materials, has a brighter light, and it's rechargeable USB-C and can be used as a low power brick if you get stuck somewhere and you need to charge your phone. So this one replaced that one for me. So that's what we got, guys. Definitely be checking this Phoenix out and letting you know how that works out in the field. That's what we got for now. RV Tech Pro.